Oh, I got a headache. Hi all, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that I'm really passionate about. It's regarding the reasons why I've really lost weight. These aren't going to be light and funny topics, but I tried to record a serious video and it did not go well. I'm just going to go through the main reasons why I really wanted to lose weight. Now, to preface, I'm still on my journey. I've so far lost from my heaviest weight. Here's the math. I'm not mathing today, y'all. I can't think. The road to get there hasn't been easy. I'm not going to say it was like a walk in the park. I've had to have someone very close to me even just tell me that I'm not doing things right. And I had to take that on the chin. I had to really just listen. I needed to observe. I needed to have an outer body look at myself and just really not be in my feelings about it, because the more I felt about it, the worse it made me feel, and the worse it made me feel, the more I've turned to comfort, and that's food. So I hope this inspires you. There's not going to be anything really too new regarding weight loss and why people have lost it, but these are just some of the reasons why I've lost it, and maybe just some perspective. Maybe you haven't really thought about the reality of it. So, the first reason why I've lost weight is type 2 diabetes. My mother and my sister both have this metabolic disease. My sister got diagnosed at 20. This disease is supposed to be affecting people in the 40s to 50s. That's when you're first supposed to get it. You can be pre-diabetic, but we're seeing more and more cases of people getting it in their 20s. It's actually terrifying. I was on the road to that. I'm not going to sit here and sit on a high horse and be like, oh, I was perfect. Girl, I was 110 kilos at 5'3". That's not healthy. That's morbid obesity. Even if we don't want to look into the whole BMI of it all, I was too fat. I wouldn't have faced like many of the comorbidities that come alongside it, like lung disease, kidney disease, lymphedema. These are realities for a lot of people in their older age, and now people going into their 30s because they haven't dealt with the root of the issue, which is your relationship with food and your lifestyle. And it's not an easy thing to face. I've witnessed firsthand my own mother go through necrotizing fasciitis. This is a skin-eating bacteria. So in studies, it can happen to anyone, but people who are more predisposed to contract this are people with type 2 diabetes due to their immunocompromisation. If that's not a bit worrying, immunocompromisation is not the only thing to be scared about with type 2 diabetes. It's the fact that you have to be in control, and the way you've gotten there is because you haven't been in control. You don't know how to control yourself, and now you're being forced to rather than it being a choice. Because getting to that point, it will force you to make changes, and if you don't, you die. We've seen more people not making it to their 30s, not making it to their 40s, because they haven't been able to control the root of the issue. It's scary. I'm scared of type 2 diabetes. I'm even going to go get a diabetic test since I've lost weight, because I'm not sure about my insulin control. I want to get that checked out. I get it checked out yearly because I'm that cautious around it. Getting it at a young age just predisposes you to so many other things that you aren't in control of anymore. There's no way to go back now. This is something you need to work with. You need to get better. The gym and my joints. So I love the gym personally. I've enjoyed going to the gym since I was 16. Even though at 16 I really went to try and lose weight. Girl, it was what you were eating, but she didn't know. She was a 16-year-old. But also when I was 16, I've had my first chronic injury, which is my ankle. I tore a ligament in it, and now at the age of 24, I've got torn ligaments in both of my ankles through chronic re-injury. And this hasn't been assisted by my, let's say, my crazed time for the gym, where I loved heavy lifting and I tried to do heavy cardio, and I also did personal training. And I did not protect myself. When you have extra weight, you need to realize you put extra stress on your body, which includes your joints. Me running at 110 kilos was putting so much more force on my joints, My ankles were hurting more, my knees actually started to hurt. I've pushed myself to the point that I injured my back and my doctor thought I slipped a disc. Luckily, it was just ligaments. It was just some ligament damage. You can't be going to the gym thinking that's the only aspect that you need to make a change in. For me, I didn't eat unhealthy, but I wasn't educated on what was the best way to lose weight, what were calories, what were nutritionally dense foods that could actually assist me in this weight loss. It's not all fitness. Fitness is a huge help. Exercise is a crucial part to leading a healthy lifestyle, but this needs to be backed up by nutrition. It's 80% in the kitchen, babes. 20% at the gym. And I'm gonna die on that hill. Because it's true. I've tried and tested it. Let me give you an example. This is me going to the gym 5 times a week. 5, doing cardio, having a personal trainer, all that jazz, and now this is me. I haven't gone to the gym in a month at the moment. She's a bit naughty. But like, this one, she knows what food helps her. This one, she just eats everything and thinks, I need to fuel myself to lift. It was giving dirty bulk. And you know what? I lifted heavy, I gotta say. She did lift heavy, but you put out your back, babe. The quality of your life. There's so many different parameters to meet quality of life, but what would you define that? When I had my back injury, I had insight on what it would be like in 20 years if I continued down the road I was. Because when you have extra weight, again, it puts extra stress on your joints, but also your lower back. I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, I couldn't roll over. It kind of reminded me of my 600-pound life. I know it sounds a bit like, girl, you weren't there, you're not them. But can you imagine being like 300 to 400 pounds heavier? Can you really like picture yourself trying to get up in the morning, trying to shower, trying to go to the toilet? Can you imagine yourself on a hot summer's day sweating so much and having to dry yourself in those folds? Because you have to. If you don't, you get bacterial infections, you can get yeast infections. There is just so many things that can go wrong. How do you look at yourself and say that you're happy? You need to look and see what makes you happy. What makes me happy? I love dancing. I love music. I love going on a hot girl walk to go get a little coffee on the phone to my friend. I couldn't be doing that at 300 to 400 pounds heavier. I think I would literally have a heart attack. And that's not a joke. I genuinely would. I wouldn't be able to push myself the way I do. I go to the gym. I go on a run. I'm trying to get my first push-up. Like, there's so many things that I couldn't do if I was 300 to 400 pounds heavier. Like, lying on your back even. You are fighting the weight of your chest to just go... You need to really think of the quality of your life. What do you love? Do you love gaming? Do you love hanging out with your friends? Do you love a bike ride in like a little scenic route? What brings value to your life? Say I'm back at 110 kilos. How will I deal with that in 10 years? How will I deal with that in 20 years? What repercussions will it have if I don't get rid of it now? Will I be able to do those things within the next 10 to 20 years? The answer to that question is yes. I'll be able to do them, but not to the same extent. It'll be a struggle. I'll have to say no. Sorry, I'm too tired. That's too far. Oh, is there not air conditioning? Oh, there's people there. I'm really self-conscious. They're gonna watch what I eat. There's new parameters that are stopping me from going. You really need to question, what are the things that bring you joy and what makes you happy? Because when you're that size, you can't do those things. You're bedbound. You're in your house, watching TV. The only escape is food. My relationship with food. I still am a bit food addicted. I have literal physical symptoms of food addiction, and I'm not proud to say that. I find it a bit embarrassing. I get literal sensations when I eat. When I eat something and it tastes good, I get tingling on the side of my head, my ears, like, It's a whole physical experience. And I don't know what more to call that than a food addiction. It's not an easy road to go down to really challenge your relationship with food, because not only was food an addiction for me, but it was also a comfort. I ate what my mum ate. So growing up, this behavior hasn't just been, oh, I've developed it on my own. I look at my mum and I look at my sister and I see where it's all come from. And I can say, my mum tried her best. She's a single mother, raising 2 kids and trying to give them every opportunity she physically can. And I respect her and I appreciate her for everything she's done. However, in that same breath, I picked up her food habits, and they're not the healthiest. I picked up my sister's food habits. I ate what they ate. I drank what they drank. And it just messed with my own perception of what's right and wrong with food. What are sometimes foods? What are not sometimes foods? These are things that you need to have in place, I believe. You need to have in place, because otherwise everything's free reign. You need to question your relationship with food, because not every relationship is healthy and needs to be balanced. It can't always be good, it can't always be bad. In me saying this, it's not like I gave up everything. I starved myself. I got rid of all the chocolates. Actually, I'm more of a savory girl, so I did not get rid of all the savory food. Like, I love me a fried chicken. I'm sorry, I know it's gonna give me like some sort of coronary heart disease. I'll eat fiber. Get rid of that extra cholesterol, please. I think that's another thing that makes people not want to lose weight, is they think they have to give everything up. You don't have to give everything up. It's just you need to be aware of what you're eating. It needs to be worth it. For me, because I track calories, I put things on a scale of what's worth it, what's not. A bag of chips, or will I have this little bag of salted chickpeas. These low-key slap, I can't lie. However, sometimes I just want this, and I'll go for this. This has protein and fiber. This has fat and processed as shit. This has chickpeas and salt. It's a choice. And sometimes this is more valuable to me than this. Sometimes this is more valuable to me than this. It's your decision, you're in control. And I think people feeling like they're out of control, it's because you want someone to hold your hand a bit. Bit harsh. And sometimes you genuinely need it, but I think at the same time you need to be there to hold your own. Those are some of the reasons why I've lost weight. If you've made it this far, comment below your favourite breakfast choice at the moment, because right now I'm feeding for an egg Vegemite sandwich every morning. I'm a sick, twisted person, I know. But no, thank you. Join me for the next video where I'll probably be yapping about something else.